Whatever is going to happen, and that's out of your control. But what you do have the choice to do is, what are you going to do when it happens? Are you going to sit and dwell in it? Or are you going to move the fuck on, put on your big girl pants, and carry on with your life? And action. Thank you so much for reporting to duty for the Pretty Princess Command Center episode 40. In today's episode, we're going to go over how and why remaining exactly where you are and moving forward costs the same amount of energy. So why would you not do something with your energy that's actually going to get you further in life and get you closer to where you want to be? And as always, if you want to become an official Pretty Princess and join the Command Center, all you have to do is subscribe. And if you want to submit an entry into our Princess Diary, you can always do so in the link in the description or the bio of wherever you're listening or watching this episode. So without further ado, shall we move into phase one? Yes, we shall. In phase one, we're going to go over the problem. What is the problem here? Okay, so as I was saying in the beginning, staying where you are, dwelling in a situation, ruminating over something takes the same amount of mental energy as it does to just move on and move forward. But for some reason, we've been conditioned to think that it's just easier to stay where we are because, and not even because it's quote unquote easier to stay where we are, but just because we've been told or we've been taught to believe that moving forward and creating something new is so much harder, when in reality, it literally costs the same amount of energy. The same amount of energy. For example, if you fail a test that you study really, really hard for, you either dwell on that failure, you dwell on the sadness, you think, well, I must be stupid, I must not understand it, like this is so pointless, studying is pointless anyway because obviously it didn't work. Or you choose to move forward from it. You choose to say, well, okay, obviously what I was doing didn't work or else I would have passed that test, and I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna take action. A situation happened that really upset me, so I'm gonna move forward and take action to make sure, one, I address why it upset me and I can make sure that it never happens again. Two, I can completely avoid the situation, or I'm gonna just sit on it and be stuck on it forever and make the situation last longer than it actually lasted. When you choose to sit and dwell and ruminate over something, you're literally taking a shitty situation and you're extending its livelihood. You're extending the length in which it lasts. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you fell off your bike and you skinned your knee and it hurt like a motherfucker, would you would not want to continue to do that every single day, right? You wouldn't want to keep doing it over and over and over again because you know it's gonna hurt. When we hurt ourselves physically, it's like, okay, well, I'm not gonna do that again because it really, really hurt. But in reality, we keep ourselves in hurt situations mentally because it's quote unquote easier, but it's actually not. Like I was saying, you wouldn't choose to fall off your bike over and over and over and skin your knee and hurt your hands and bust up your elbow, right? Like, no, you wouldn't choose to do that. You would choose to, okay, well, you'll still ride the bike, but maybe next time you're gonna wear knee pads, or maybe next time you're not gonna go on a dirt road, or you know what I mean? When you get broken up with, you could sit and dwell on it and think, well, what did I do wrong? I must have done something wrong. Like, I must just not be cut out for love, this, and this. Or you could just say, okay, well, obviously that person is no longer meant to be in my life. So I'm going to move forward. I'm going to pour all that energy I was pouring into my relationship, into myself, and I'm going to move forward. I'm not going to question why it ended. I'm not going to question any of this stuff that's going to just keep me stuck and sad in the situation. The only reason staying where you are and dwelling and staying in that shitty mindset, that sad mindset, that mindset that just keeps you down, ruminating over the situation that happened, the only reason that feels easier than moving forward and trying to forget about it and just carrying on is because it's guaranteed, it's familiar. When you have something to think about, something to hold on to, something to dwell on, something to ruminate over, it's guaranteed. It's right here. You can see it. It already happened. So it's safe. Even though it sucks, even though it keeps you in a mentally terrible place, even though it lowers your vibes, even though it literally can drive you insane, like literally ruminating over a situation will drive you to a place of terrible, terrible, terrible conditions. You know what I mean? It's because it's right here. It's safe. We can hold it in our hand. We can see it in our memory. We can hold it in our memory. We know the feeling that it caused us. We know it. It's familiar. It's safe. Even though it sucks, it's safe because we could see it. You know what I mean? Whereas creating something new, moving forward, that's accepting that everything that's over here that we once knew we're gonna have to walk away from it and carry on this path where we have no idea what's in front of us. We don't know what we're gonna run into. We don't know how easy the path will be. We don't know who we're gonna meet. We don't know if we're gonna meet anyone. We don't know if we're gonna be alone for the next 5 years on this path. We don't know if we're gonna make a new set of friends. We don't know if we're gonna we don't know. That's scary. That's scarier, and that feels like it takes a lot more energy than just staying where we are and staying sad and staying stuck and dwelling. It takes the same amount of energy. Dwelling over a situation is guaranteed. You know that there's questions that you can seek answers to. You know you could, well, why did this happen to me? Why did they leave me? Why did they hurt me? Why did I not get that job? Why am I not doing well at this thing that I was really passionate about? You can attach stuff to it. You could put an emotional attachment on something that you already know exists, right? You can't put an emotional attachment on something that you don't know. If you've never seen it, you don't know what it looks like, you don't know what's gonna happen, you can't put an emotional attachment on it, because it's like anything times 0 is 0. No matter what, you physically can't, because you're not there. You haven't experienced it. I'm actually gonna debunk that a little bit later, because that's not entirely true, but anyway, we'll get into that. Okay, so I want you to think about this. I want you to think about it this way. Let's say you get into a car accident and your car is completely totaled. You're fine, okay? In this car accident, you're completely fine. Your car is totaled. You cannot physically drive this car anymore. It's literally shot to shit. No. Okay, so that happens. Your car is totaled. And you decide, well, this is my car and I love my car. So I'm gonna just push it around. When I have to go to work, I'm gonna push my broken, totaled car to work instead of walking to work, instead of getting an Uber, instead of biking, because this is my car and I love my car and it's my car and it's what used to take me to work. It's what used to bring me to where I needed to go. Even though it's totaled now, I'm just gonna put it in neutral and push it wherever I need to go. Instead of accepting that, well, don't you think it would maybe be a little bit easier to get on a little bicycle and bike to work, bike to your friend's house, bike to the mall, take a walk, get an Uber, have a friend pick you up, get a rental car? Don't you think that, doesn't that make more sense? It does, absolutely. And that's what you would do in that situation. I would imagine most of us aren't gonna be pushing around our old car, because can you tell how it's the same amount of energy, but honestly staying and dwelling over the car situation is a lot heavier and costs a lot more energy than just going. But in your mind, you're like, well, no, riding my bike to work is so much work. I used to be able to drive to work. Now I have to ride a bike. That's a lot of effort. Do you see where I'm going with this? Because it's easier to accept that, yes, my car is totaled. Yes, it doesn't drive anymore, but it's my car. It's my car. And I'm going to hold on to it because it's mine. And it used to be good to me. It used to do what I needed it to do. It used to fill my cup. So I'm going to hold on to it. When in reality, that's not serving you. It's not helping you. It's not getting you to where you want to go. If anything, it's weighing you down. It's dragging you down. It's making your life harder. But it's familiar. It's safe. It's what you know. It's what you remember. It's something that you can hold on to. It takes the same amount of energy, if not more, to push your broken car to work as it does to bike 5 miles to work. Sitting in the middle, when you think, okay, driving 5 miles to work is easier than biking 5 miles to work, yes. But now you're in a situation where your car doesn't drive anymore. So if you want to take your car, you're going to have to push it. Now that 5 miles to work with your car is a lot harder than the 5 miles on the bike. The 5 miles on the bike is still really, really hard. But not as hard as this anymore. But because you know this is what you want to do. Because it feels harder to go bike the 5 miles now. Are we tracking? Are we tracking here? Because I really hope we are. Because in my head, we're tracking, but I don't know if we're tracking. I don't know if you and I, you know what I'm saying? There's a psychological theory that explains this, and it's called the status quo bias, which, according to my research, is the cognitive tendency to prefer maintaining one's current situation and resist making changes even when a new option might be better. So in short, as humans, we tend to opt for our current situation, our familiar situation, rather than a situation that might be better, even if we know it's better, even if we know it's good for us and we know it's the better option, we might just want to stick with what we know. And that's, it all literally comes, literally every single thing in life comes back to the fact that our brains are wired for safety. They're not wired for growth. And back when we were living outside in the caves with the animals all around us, and we were, back in the caveman days, that made sense. We like what we know because it's safe. Even if it's literally hurting us, we already know it, so that must mean it's safe. If it's something we're used to, it must mean we're safe. That's like how our brain is designed. Even if it's the worst thing in the world, our brains can't comprehend that because our subconscious mind is what's controlling everything, right? Our subconscious mind doesn't understand good and bad, negative and positive. It just understands repetition, repetition, repetition. So if you're in a shit situation, your subconscious is just like, okay, this is what we're used to. Yeah, this is safe. Got it. Your conscious brain can see there's this path and there's this path. Your subconscious just said, no, this is the only way we're gonna go because that's the only way we know. So why would we go another way? If this is what we know, why would we go somewhere else? That's awesome, but it's not good at all. It's not good for us, and that's why we have to take an active role in our brain and help it to realize, like, no, logically, consciously, I could see that this is wrong. This is familiar, but it's hurting me. And that's when it's on you to make the mindset shifts and the daily actions, the little habits that you choose to do. That's on you to start implementing these things that will allow change to happen. So then your subconscious can be like, wait, we're going on a new path and it's not really that scary. So I think we could be okay. I think we'll be good. So essentially what I'm trying to say, neurologically, it's super valid and normal to stay stuck and to dwell and to ruminate and to fester over things, like psychologically, neurologically, that tracks. But it doesn't mean it's what we should be doing. It doesn't mean that it's helpful. It doesn't mean it's benefiting us. It doesn't mean that it's okay to just use it as an excuse because, if you want to move forward, if you want to better your life, if you want to get out of the shitty mindset that you've been stuck in, that's up to you. It's up to you and nobody else. There's not a situation that could just magically enter your life and make everything better. Like, that's not how it works. It's all mental because you could be in the shittiest mental place of your whole life and be handed $1 million and everything works out for you, but your mind is still going to be a shitty place to be. And that's that, So we gotta get out of the shitty situations that we're stuck in. Like, think about these things as like little plots of quicksand, right? Like, we have a lot of cleaning to do, but when we're in the quicksand, if we go over to the quicksand and we look at it and we say, yeah, like I should really put some stuff on that to make it go away. I should really get that out of here. You either get out of there and you clean it, even though it's gonna take a little bit longer. It's going to take a little bit longer, or you just hop right in. Those are your choices. So, with that being said, welcome to phase 2. The solution. Nobody wants to admit or think that something that they've been spending all of their time and energy doing or thinking about is pointless. Nobody wants to admit that. Nobody wants to admit, yes, this thing that I've been doing for the last 5 hours literally has no purpose. It's not helping me. It's not helping anybody else. It's literally doing jack shit other than keeping me sad. Nobody wants to admit that out loud, right? But I will be the one to tell you, it's pointless. Ruminating over stuff is pointless. Holding on to situations that you no longer have control over, it's pointless. It's pointless because you're so fed up and so mad and so angry and so sad and so just, I can't believe this happened to me and why it's not fair. It's not gonna change the situation. The only thing you currently have control over is how you choose to move forward from that situation. Just like with the car that gets totaled, you have the totaled car and you have a bicycle. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit there? I can't believe my car got totaled. I can't believe it. Oh my god, I have to be at work. I have to go to work, and like, how am I gonna get to work? And I can't believe. You could spend all your time and energy crying over it, or you could get on the fucking bike and you could bike to work. And guess what? You did it. You did what you needed to do. Like, that's how easy it is. You just have to stop getting in this. The biggest thing about ruminating and dwelling on things is you put yourself in a victim mindset because your ego loves to be the victim. Your ego loves to be the hero, or it loves to be the victim. And in a situation where it can't be the hero, it will be the victim. And if you allow that to take hold of you and you allow that to just grab you and just decide what you do, you're fucked. You're 100% fucked, but the best part about it is that you have full control over what you decide to do, because you can always take a step back and say, I am ruminating over this situation and it feels like I can't do anything about it, but in reality, I truly can. In reality, I always have a choice. In reality, I do always have a choice to how I react to situations. You don't always have a choice of the situation. You don't have a choice of if you get in a car accident today. You know, like, that's not up to you entirely. You can drive as safe as you possibly can, but at the end of the day, whatever is going to happen, and that's out of your control. But what you do have the choice to do is, what are you going to do when it happens? Are you going to sit and dwell in it, or are you going to move the fuck on, put on your big girl pants, and carry on with your life? Like, those are the two options. Complaining about not achieving your dreams is not going to get you anywhere closer to your goals. It's not going to help you achieve your dreams. Bitching about being broke is not ever going to pay your bills, nor will it make you more money. Crying about your friends treating you poorly is not going to change what they did to you. No matter how much you want to cry about it, no matter how mad you are about it, no matter how disrespected you feel, it's not going to change what they did. Nothing can change what they did. Nothing can change the situation you experienced. Nothing can change the fact that your partner cheated on you. Nothing can change these facts. They are written in the past. They happened. You can't fucking change them. You cannot change them. You sitting there is literally like you banging your head into a fucking brick wall just because, literally no reason. You could sit here and say, well, no, it's not fair that they treated me that way. Yeah, okay. It's not going to change the situation. But you don't get it. It's not fair. It hurt my feelings. Okay, it's not going to change the situation. But that I would have never done that to them. Okay, it's not going to change the situation. What are you not grasping here? Nothing you fucking do is going to change a situation that happened. Maybe something you can do can prevent that situation from happening in the future. Maybe you can make amends of a situation that already happened, but guess what? That's not changing what happened. It's just creating a new path. So stop sitting here and dwelling. Stop pushing your totaled car to work and then getting to work and complaining about how you had to push your totaled car to work. Nobody fucking asked you to do that. Nobody's asking you to sit here and dwell. Nobody's asking you to sit here and be sad. And if you need to learn how to validate your own emotions. You need to learn how to do that, because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. Your friends, if something shitty happened to you, sure, your friends are going to listen to you. They're going to be there for you. They're going to support you, your family, whatever, whoever. You need to be validated, because we're humans. We crave connection. We crave connection, and a great way to get connection is validation, right? We want to fit in. That's like, as a human nature, we want to fit in. Okay? You express your emotions, you get them validated. You don't need to keep doing it. You don't need to keep doing it. You don't need to keep sitting in the same place hoping for a different outcome, because nothing's going to change. It's like watching the same episode of your favorite show or watching the same movie and expecting a different outcome. Like, you know what's going to happen. Don't know why you keep thinking a different outcome's going to happen. No matter how badly you want the outcome to be different, it's not going to fucking change. And you're literally hurting yourself by staying there, hoping for change, by hoping somebody feels bad for you, by hoping things change, by wishing that they understood what they did. Well, maybe if I tell them how mad I am, maybe they'll feel sorry. It doesn't fucking matter if they feel sorry. It doesn't matter, because it doesn't change what happened. You need to focus on your life. And the only place your life takes place is right now, presently, and everything ahead of that, your whole future. Okay? You cannot go backwards. You cannot go backwards. So you going backwards isn't even you going backwards. It's staying stuck and not moving forward. If you spend all of your allotted energy dwelling, you will not have any energy to move forward. And then that just reaffirms to your subconscious mind, we don't move forward because we spend all of our energy staying where we are and being sad. That's what we do. That's what we're good at. That's what we know. Give it up. Like, give it up. First mindset shift. Obviously, if you've been in the command center, you know what we're going to say right now, okay? Everybody say it with me. What would the girl of my dreams do right now? Any situation you're in, any situation, literally any situation. Your alarm goes off in the morning. What would the girl of my dreams do? You're about to make breakfast. What would the girl of my dreams do? You're about to get dressed. What would the girl of my dreams do? You're about to text your ex. What would the girl of my dreams do? You're about to type up some huge long paragraph to explain how somebody hurt you so bad. What would the girl of my dreams do? You know what she would do, because this is the version of you that you want to be. I know for a fact when you're sad and you're ruminating and you're playing the victim and you're so sad, you know you don't want to be there. You know you don't want to feel like that. You know there's a version of you that's very happy, that has friends that treat her kindly, that has a partner that she loves, that has a job that she loves, that has the lifestyle that you don't want to stay stuck. You don't actually want that. You just want to be validated and you want to feel safe and you want to feel comforted. And that's the easiest way to do it, is by staying there. Also, if you stay there, you don't have to put any energy towards being better. Well, I can't put any energy towards being better because this hurt me so bad and you just wouldn't understand. Okay, sure. Because you're the only person with problems in the world. Right. Second question you can ask yourself, which will get you into a mindset shift, is this something I can control right now in this present moment? Most of the time, that's going to be a big fat juicy no. Anytime you're feeling yourself start to dwell on something, anytime you're feeling yourself start to get into that mindset of like, oh, like I just can't believe this, and like nothing's ever working for me, and like life is just so hard and life is so unfair. Is this something I can control in the present moment? It's usually a no, or it's a yes, because yes, I can control this because I can complain about being broke right now, or let me get my ass to work and clock the fuck in. For example, let's say you're feeling super stressed about the amount of credit card debt you're in. And it's just making you want to cry. It's making you want to just like fall asleep and run away from the world and just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Like this is so overwhelming and so terrifying. And like, I'm so stressed out. And like, what am I going to do? And like, I'm not going to be able to afford this. And you get all freaked out. Okay. Is this something I can control right now? Ration it out. 1, well, I can't pay it off right now. So no, I really can't control that at this current moment. 2, I can't unspend the money I've already spent. So can't control that either. 3, I can't make it go away by avoiding it. So I can control that because I can stop avoiding it and I can face the fact that I fucked myself over really hard and I'm gonna have to figure it out. And 4, getting sad and anxious is literally not gonna help the situation whatsoever, one bit at all. So now you've established, okay, this is what I can control in this situation. This is what I can't control in this situation. Let me move forward now. Something that you could do every day when you're feeling this is either out loud, like verbalize okay, this is what's in my control and this is what's not in my control, or write it down. I personally would probably write it down. Think of it as like a pro-con list, except for like, this is what's in my control, this is what's out of my control. So for the credit card debt example, we already know, okay, this is not in my control. I can't unspend it. Crying won't do anything about it. So like, I literally can't do anything about it right now. I can't pay it off right now. Like, I can't do any of those things right now, but here's what I can do. I can freeze my credit card so I don't spend anymore. I can make a budget and a game plan to pay off the debt. I can call my credit card companies and negotiate something with them, because FYI, a little financial tip, you can do that. Not saying it's gonna go great. You're not gonna get all your debts cleared, but you can't, usually if you call credit card companies, they can be like, all right, well, how much can you give us a month? And we'll make a payment plan. You know what else is my control? I can learn from my mistakes and never do this to myself ever again. Third mindset shift is the time is gonna pass either way, or I'm gonna have to pay either way. I'm gonna have to pay either way. Think of this as going through a toll, right? And I know we all have like Easy Pass, Sun Pass, whatever. But you know when we were younger and we used to go through the tolls and you had to, like, our parents would like drive up to the little person in the toll booth and drop the coins in the coin thingy, or $1, whatever it was. Think of it as you're gonna go through, you're gonna pay that toll, so you can either pay it and keep going and get to where you need to go, or you could pay it and stop, pull over to the side of the road, and just sit there. You're gonna have to pay either way, so you might as well fucking go to where you were gonna go. Or, okay, let's say you go to the store and you need to buy body wash, and let's just say every single body wash on the shelf is $7. You can buy a body wash that you hate the smell of, you don't like the smell of it, you don't like the brand, you don't like the texture of it, you just hate everything about it. You can buy that body wash, or you can buy the body wash that you love. You love the smell of it, you love how it feels, you love how it makes your bathroom smell when you're done showering, you just love it. It's your favorite body wash. They're both $7. Obviously you're gonna choose the one you love. obviously you're going to choose the one you love. Okay? But guess what? In real life, you don't do that. Because you're so used to just, well, I'm going to choose the one I hate because yeah, that's what you're doing. Every time you decide to dwell and to ruminate and to just sit and fester over some fucking situation that you have no control over, every time you decide to do that, that's you going into the store with your $7, buying a $7 body wash that you fucking hate, taking it home, being, I fucking hate this body wash, I fucking hate it, I can't believe it. Even though the whole time, you had another option. You had plenty of other options. You didn't even have to buy your favorite body wash as the other option. You could have bought one that you just liked and were okay with. But no, you chose to buy the shitty one, even though you knew that it smelled terrible, even though you knew you hated it, even though you knew you don't like how it feels. All this stuff. You chose to do that. That's what you're doing every time you choose to sit and dwell on a situation. That's what you're doing. And this, it's that simple. I know you're gonna sit here and say, okay, well, choosing a body wash to buy obviously is so much easier than no, it's the same exact logic. It's the same exact logic. It's simple. It's simple. It's the same logic, but you've just been so convinced to believe that everything, when it comes to molding your brain and getting out of situations and achieving your dream, you've been conditioned to believe that it's hard. So that's what you're going with, because that's your autopilot mindset. Your autopilot mindset is literally like, no, this is really hard and scary and terrifying, and I'm just gonna sit over here where it's easy, even though I fucking hate it here. I'm just gonna do that because it's easier. Yeah, because that's your autopilot mindset. How do you think you got there? If you want to get out of autopilot, you have to turn it off and then pay attention to what you're doing. Pay attention to the speed that you're going. Pay attention to the other cars on the road. It's harder to not have autopilot on because now you're in charge. You make the decisions. If you fail or if you succeed, that's in your hands because you're the one driving. So staying in autopilot is a lot easier because, well, it's not really my fault if anything bad happens because I was in autopilot. It's not my fault. That's why it's easier to stay there. Let's not do that. And then the last mindset shift we're going to take is I can either feel drained while making no progress at all, or I can feel drained while moving forward and making all of the progress in the world. The energy, you're going to spend the same amount of energy no matter what you choose to do. So you might as well move forward. You might as well make progress. This allows you to acknowledge that no matter what you do, you're going to feel drained. If you wake up at 5 a.m. and you have a cup of coffee, then you go work out and then you shower at the gym and get ready and you go to class all day and then you clock into work afterwards and you don't get home until 10 o'clock that night, you're going to feel tired. You're going to feel very tired. You're going to feel very drained. If you decide to sleep in and feel self-hatred for yourself and feel pity for yourself and not put any energy and effort into yourself all day and just scroll on your phone all day and call out of work and not move your body and all this stuff, you're going to feel the same amount of drained. You're going to feel the same amount of, wow, I'm so drained of all my energy. Because you just spent all your energy wasting your fucking life. So you're going to feel tired no matter what you do. No matter what you do. If you work at a job you hate, if you work at a job you love, you're going to feel drained. If you're in a shitty relationship or you're in a good relationship, actually, I'm not going to say you're going to feel drained, but like it's tiring. It's effort. It takes work. A good relationship, being in a relationship in general, like you take time out of your schedule to prioritize this other person in your life. It's the same thing. Just the outcome's a lot better. The reward is a lot better. So like if you're gonna be tired, if you're gonna be drained, if you're gonna feel exhausted, you might as well be proud of why you feel that way. You might as well have done something that makes you feel proud to feel that tired. You know when your head hits the pillow at night, you're like, damn, like I did jack shit today. And then when you had a day full of literally being like so productive, you're just so proud of yourself. Like you just did all this shit. You prioritized your self-care. You prioritized your work. You prioritized like taking care of yourself physically, mentally. You did all this good stuff for yourself. You volunteered. You saw your friends. You filled your cup. And you go to sleep that night and you're just like, I literally am so grateful for my day. I feel so tired and exhausted, but it's because I spent the whole day filling my cup. It's up to you how you choose to move. It's up to you how you choose to move. It's up to you. Don't let anybody try to convince you that it's not up to you. And it's easier to let people convince you that it's not up to you, because that makes it feel a lot less scary. It makes it feel like nothing's your fault. You don't have to take accountability for your own life. But we're not going to do that, okay? So let's move into phase 3, the execution. So get your Pretty Princess playbook out, because we're going to make the blueprint for you to stop dwelling, to get the fuck over yourself and start moving forward in life, okay? So step number 1 is I want you to write down a list of literally every single thing that you've been dwelling on. You have to be honest with yourself in this situation. Like, you have to be honest, because I know that you can come up with 1,000,010 excuses like, well, no, I'm not dwelling on it, you just don't understand. No, be honest with yourself. Think of all the situations that you are dwelling on, or that you're just deciding not to move forward from. A good way to find out what you're actually stuck on, what you're actually dwelling on, is ask yourself, like, if I never had to feel this way again, if I could choose to never feel this way again, what would I choose? Like, what are the things that, if somebody said you don't ever have to feel this way again, what are the things that you would never feel? So for example, I never ever want to feel betrayed by a partner ever again. The situation you're dwelling on is the fact that your partner lied to you, your partner cheated on you, something, you know what I mean? It's something like that. So your partner was messaging other people, anything like that. That's the situation that you're hung up on, because that's the feeling that you're like, I wish I could just not feel this ever again. Step 2, as always, pick the top 1 to 2 most pressing cases that you're like, no, we need to fucking go. Like, we have overstayed our welcome in this situation, dwelling here, so we need to go. We need to get the fuck out of here. So for each situation you've chosen, for those 1 or 2 situations, obviously you could do this with all of them, but like, it's so much easier to take the baby steps and like focus on 1 or 2 at a time, okay? You're gonna write a list of everything that you cannot control about the situation. You have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest with yourself. So if we're gonna stick with the, feeling betrayed because your partner cheated on you, you can't control the fact that he cheated on you. You can't control the fact that somebody else got with your partner. You can't control the fact that he chose to betray you. You can't control the fact that it happened. You can't control how he didn't actually love you the way he said you did. You can't control any of that. Step 4, write down a list of everything you can control about the situation. You can block him. You don't have to go stalk his Instagram to see if he's still with that girl that he cheated on you with. You don't have to go see what he's doing on every Friday night on his story. You can delete his number. You can choose to move forward. You know what I mean? Step number 5, follow suit, okay? Follow suit. That's literally it. And on that note, we have officially concluded episode 40 of the Pretty Princess Command Center. So on that note, I hope you have a Pretty Princess day.